Toronto has so much to offer: sports, art, culture, food and colourful districts. But the CN Tower stands out as a clear landmark known the world over. The CN Tower is a place I have a fondness for, as it was an inspiration for my book On Reflection, a photographic series of reflected images from around the world. It was also an inspiration for the follow-on book in the series, Online, again a photographic series of images, but this time with a central line running through them. I am using the CN Tower as the pinpoint to measure to 3 other locations that I recently visited: Niagara, Elora and St Jacob's Market. I first visited Niagara many years ago, but it was so foggy that the best view was from the tunnel behind the falls. This time the weather was perfect, as was our driver. We travelled south through the sadly unimpressive town, then turned left down Murray Street. Then took a right turn to park by the Queen Victoria Place restaurant. We paid the flat fee to park, and that is it. We were right there. Just across the road from us was the marvel of 6 million cubic feet of water dropping 188 feet every minute. You could see that boat trips are available for a fee, and I believe from where we were standing, one just had to turn left and walk to get to them. We chose to turn right and walk to the clean, clear pavement. Remember, if you want to cross the bridge to the other side of the river, do take your passport with you, because that will take you into America. There is the occasional information plaque and signs giving good advice. Advice that birds don't need and others ignore at their peril. There are ways to enhance this experience. There are helicopter rides, boat rides, viewing platforms, as well as fairground rides, wheels and waxworks, but honestly, this view was all I needed. Although the Skylon Tower with its rotating restaurant and views did look inviting. There are also a range of hotels with views, one of which we had booked for an earlier trip, but COVID stopped that visit. Right at the falls, there is a visitor centre where one can get food and drink, tickets and keepsakes. One can simply use the restrooms or go upstairs to enjoy that slightly elevated view. Another place we were taken to was Victoria Park at Elora. A much quieter location where one can camp and hike. We chose not to do this, but went to the small car park in town. Helpful information boards and people were there to meet us. This is the most road trippable town in Canada. Well, I don't know about that, but it is certainly trippable underfoot, so do be careful. Despite the thick woods, the views are lovely, and there are places where one can view this natural gorge. It is also possible to venture down to the water, but be careful. The steps are steep and tricky, but whilst you are at your own risk, it is well looked after. just like the charming town. With its small distillery. Finally, not far from Elora is St Jacob's Market. I am lucky to have travelled the world and been to markets from many cultures. I have seen simple ones and high-cultured ones, small ones and large ones, crowded ones and empty ones, fresh-smelling ones and fishy-smelling ones. This one was one of the most pleasant that I've seen. There's a lot of space outside and an equally large set of indoor areas. A great place for local produce, some from the Mennonite community, but also a place for crafts, clothing and other products. One can even buy window units. There is plenty of parking available, but my advice is do not rush it and take an empty stomach with you, as there are so many different places to get something to eat and things to try.